So welcome to day 2 here at SMTAi. It's been a very busy couple of days and quite an interesting week. The technical conference here has been extremely well supported. Lots and lots of papers on LTS and certainly it's been a very successful show by all accounts. My first guest this afternoon is Keith Howell from Nihon Superior. Good to see you again, Keith.
Good seeing you, Trevor.
Okay. And just as we're talking about low temperature solders, I mean that's essentially what you're highlighting here this week.
Of course, because as you mentioned, the conference is full of research and papers on low temperature solders. Mm-hmm. And of course, we have an answer for that with our TempSave series of low temperature solders.
TempSave?
TempSave, yes.
Okay. So, all right. So, and I believe you've got 2 varieties of it.
Correct. We have a eutectic, which we call B58, which is just a eutectic because we're seeing a lot of use for the eutectic with LEDs.
Okay.
The LED market is really taken off in Asia mm-hmm. for wanting low temperature solder for LEDs.
It seems a little bit of an oxymoron because the LED market or LED assemblies are very well known for carrying a lot of heat.
A lot of heat, but yes, but the heat they can take it away, and they're looking for I don't want to say, but a low-cost option. But all the LTS low temperature solders provide lower energy, and also the lower cost material costs.
Right, so. right, okay. And what's the second option you have?
The second option is what we call B37. Mm-hmm. It's 37% bismuth, so it has lower bismuth. And what that does for it, and also it's been modified with some dopants, or as some people call it, what do you call it?
Pixie dust.
Pixie dust, yes. So, yeah. But it's been because of the lower bismuth has better impact.
Okay.
So for those applications, general applications that require just not it requires high strength, but yet ductility in the joint.
Right, so. right. So you would say that one would be used for the more the higher reliability applications, and then the other one would be used for the ones that are looking for more cost. Driven
exactly. Yes, you are correct on that.
Uh-huh. So. Okay, good. And now I know you've been developing these for a couple of years now. Are they now available on the market and ready to ship?
Yes, yeah. We are shipping both the materials to and the volumes are growing rapidly. That's
good news.
And that's what we're seeing is the high interest in low temperature, and I think that's, as we mentioned earlier, the conference, I think you see the number of papers that were regarding low temperature. It's a very topical
subject at the moment, for sure. Yeah, great. Good. Well, Apex is just a couple of months away. Anything new coming up for that?
We are going to focus on, of course, low temperature once again, but yes, we probably will be focusing on high performance or high reliability. Some people call it high reliability, but it's more improvements to SAC 305.
Okay.
That's what, so we've got our LFC2 alloy right now, and so we're working on that to maybe modify that farther. So. Right,
okay. And has anything ever happened with, I mean, I know the patent's expired now in SN100C, but I mean, have you continued to develop that platform at all, or is it
it's pretty stable. We see a lot of replacement on SAC 305 with it, but we also have worked to improve for the reflow process with SN100CV, which has a little bit of bismuth added for the solid solution strengthening. Yeah. And so we're seeing that really replace a lot of SAC 305 in reflow processes.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, it's always nice to catch up, and certainly we'll look out for anything new that you have coming up at Apex or beyond.
Looking forward to seeing you at Apex.
Yeah. Great. So thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
Okay. Coming up after the break, we're going to be interviewing our next guest from AVEN Incorporated.
Expand your inspection capabilities. The Mertec MV6 comes fitted with a best-in-class high-performance 18-megapixel camera. This provides inspection in 5 directions using top-down and 4 angled cameras simultaneously, finding defects that a single camera can't detect, such as OCR and QFN solder bridges.
Okay, my next guest is Mark Kanpurwala. He's the VP of Sales and Marketing for a company called AVEN. Nice to see you, Mark.
Nice to see you.
Okay, so this is the first time we've interviewed you and to talk about AVEN. So for the benefit of our viewers, give us a quick overview about the company and what you do.
Sure. So AVEN has been actually, we'll be celebrating our 40th year anniversary next year in business. And we started out as a hand tool company that manufactures tweezers, pliers, and cutters, originally for the jewelry industry in the early 80s. Then it kind of branched off into electronics and since has grown from there into not only hand tools, but inspection and microscopes and other products. So, we basically do everything for the production assembly line and the quality lab are our 2 main areas that you find our products along.
Okay. Now, I believe you've also got a camera division, or a vision division, should I say. Tell us a little bit about that. Was that something that you brought in through acquisition, or was that something you developed from the ground up?
It's something we developed with our partners. It started out with just magnifying lamps, and it's since evolved into microscopes, cameras for those microscopes, and independent camera systems.
Right.
Just through organic growth, working with our partner factories.
Right, and these are just literally camera units that monitor for quality control at any part of the production line?
Yes, so it's basically just visual inspection. So, you inspect on the production line, you can take an image. We have our own measurement software that goes along with many of the products.
Okay.
And so it's just sort of your basic documentation, image analysis, and image capture.
So is it going to be used in the actual production line, or is it going to be used more in the box build area, that type of thing?
It's supposed to be used in the actual production line. What the cameras can do is it can take eye fatigue away from the operator who's working under 8 hours a day. You can look at the camera for a certain part, but still go under the microscope. For the 3D view that you would need. You lose a lot of the view when you go to a 2D monitor, obviously. Right. And also on the actual quality side to document the quality afterwards.
Right. Okay, that's super. So obviously we're a couple of months away from APEX, which is the biggest show here in the US. Any plans for anything new coming out there?
Yes, actually, we are launching a brand new product at APEX, which is a patented product. It's patented not only here, but in Europe and in China as well. We were the first to develop through hearing from our customers, really, that we sell a lot of magnifying lamps. That's one of our bigger product lines. Yeah. But there was never an integration done fully of a camera into the magnifying lamp. So, before it was just strictly visual inspection. The need now is more for capturing, for collaboration, to put it up on a screen. So we fully integrated a camera into a magnifying lamp to where you can now collaborate on a big screen, take images, take it out to a USB to a computer to do measurement. So we're really excited about that product. Obviously through COVID, we were expecting a launch for about 6 months ago. Just the struggles of the environment right now, but it will be ready at APEX, and there will be a big launch for that.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that. So that's got metrology built in, and of course you can extract the data for full traceability. Right. Yeah, that's super. Yep. Great. Well, we'll look forward to catching up with you in San Diego, and thank you for coming in and talking to us today.
All right, really appreciate the time. Thank you.
And my next guest today is Dan Migely from Impossible Objects. Great to see you, Dan.
Trevor? It's great to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. So you make a fairly unique product, which is a sort of composite product that you use to build carriers for cleaning pallets and various things in the wave soldering process.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about some of your some of the products you build.
Yeah, it's great. So, again, to your point, we are unique in that we're primarily printing out of carbon fiber PEEK. And it almost came by accident. We really, sometimes you're better to be lucky than good. And we were printing parts for our traditional customers, aerospace and things of that nature, and our process allowed us to do flat quite well, flat and large products. We use carbon fiber PEEK again primarily, which has all the heat deflection temperatures required for this industry, and doesn't warp, can go through many, many cycles. It's lightweight, and it's been a great fit. We're printing wave solder pallets, selective pallets, SMT carriers, bracketing, really only limited by the creativity of the process engineers.
Right, right. So basically you print them as flat panels, and then you route them out to whatever you need.
It's a different process, actually. It's different than most. We're loading a substrate, whether it be carbon fiber or fiberglass, if they need conductive or insulative. We're taking a 3D design, slicing it into 2D layers, and then ink jetting the design, and we're bathing it in PEEK polymer, and doing it sheet by sheet by sheet. Then after that, we're heating that. We're taking that build block, putting it into a heated press. Heat it to the melting point of the polymer, compress it, and then sandblast out unbound material. So it's really
so that's quite a process. So, I mean, are you doing that so that you get a much smoother finish on corners and edging and stuff like that?
We do. As 3D printing goes, we're able to maintain tolerances of 100 microns or even below. So the accuracy we can achieve is really impressive.
That's great.
The material itself is very receptive to post-machining if needed. If there's design elements that would need additional finishing, that's very easy to do, and it's a good material for that.
Right.
But it allows operators a great deal of design freedom.
Right.
Yeah, that's something they've really appreciated.
Right. That's super. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a very exciting product, and I'm glad that you came in and told us a little bit about it today. And I'm sure, have you got anything new coming up for Apex in a couple of months' time?
We're really excited. It'll be our first time exhibiting, and as much as the companies have dabbled in 3D, they've never had a material set like ours. So when they come and touch that material set, you see the light bulbs go off. So we're looking forward to Apex and just getting to be a closer part of the community.
There you go. More light bulbs.
Yeah. Right.
Great. Well, I want to thank you for coming in today, and I'm super excited for you. And I believe you actually were fortunate enough to win an award this week as well.
We were, and we're really excited about that. It validates the path we're on, and that's exciting for all of us.
That's super. Okay.
Right.
Well, again, thanks for coming in today, and we'll be catching up with more of our guests after the break.
The Arch FX manufacturing platform, processing over 1 trillion data points each month, bringing value to every level of your organization. That's manufacturing insights for tomorrow.
And welcome back. My next guest is David White. He's the president of PDR Americas. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Good to see you.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be here.
Yeah. So tell us some of you're very well known for very high quality rework systems. Tell us some of the latest upgrades you've been making to these.
Well, fantastic. And you're absolutely correct. We're known as a high reliability, high yield company, and that's due to our in-process control capabilities with the PDR system, known in the high reliability in medical and aerospace and beyond. So we have been designing and developing at a fast pace during the COVID years and bringing forward. So automation is really where our emphasis has become in the rework arena. So
it's trying to automate what is essentially up till now been a manual process.
That is absolutely correct.
Right.
Yes. So we're taking the system with the servos and the coordinates, etc., to make the placement of a component accurately 3 to 5 micron accuracy to the printed circuit board. And of course, once we have developed and the placement, etc., then we come in with our signature focused infrared, and that's visible infrared, unique to the marketplace, where the operator can visually see where that infrared is targeting the component or the object to be heated.
Okay.
That makes PDR a very unique company in the sense of this technology.
All right. So the infrared, is that an infrared spot that is giving guidance down onto the board?
Yeah, what occurs is we are very low energy consumption. So essentially a halogen bulb, like a car headlight of days ago. Right, 13.5 volts. And so it is, the energy is processed through a series of lenses, collimated, and then it exits through a bandpass filter, or otherwise known as a cold mirror. Infrared in itself has no color, but we can lend it, say, red, for example.
Right.
And then that red spot, that is the thermal energy that is then directed at that particular component for the single site rework for individual components.
Okay, interesting. So, so you talked about other parts of automation. You're also doing some sort of automatic loading system where you're bringing the boards in.
That is a shuttle system that is in design and in process. So we are looking into the capability of having a full capable system, shuttle system, robotic, able to process multiple boards with very little human intervention.
Right, right, okay. And that's in the works in the moment. So that's
That's in the
Apex
works. We're hoping Apex is the key there. I think everyone in the industry has had a little supply chain vendor issues, etc., which has launched some projects forward, but has also put other projects back a step or so.
Okay. So Dave, the other side of your business is X-ray.
That is correct.
So tell us a little bit about what's been happening there.
Yes, well, X-ray, we build our X-rays in California. In San Diego, our team of engineers are absolutely phenomenal, holding many patents over the course of many years. We are graying, so to speak, but the new talent in the industry is following up. So, so we produce a system that can be upgraded in a single cabinet.
Right.
For example, we could start off at a lower KV, and as our customers' needs changes, there's no need to change the cabinet. We can simply swap the tube out, or KV.
Okay.
And this is a testament to the safety of the system as well, because in order to do so, we build a system so they exceed the toughest international standards for safety when we start out with the cabinet, even at the lower KV, so we can upgrade.
So if you could upgrade that, can that be done in the field, or is that something
It'd be done exactly in the field,
Okay.
Shipping X-rays around is
it's heavy business,
heavy business, heavy lifting business, so to speak. Yes.
Okay.
So
one final piece of information that I picked up on is that I believe you've been mentoring some new students coming into the industry.
Absolutely. We are part of the SMTAi and IPC, of course, as well, but the SMTAi has a program called the Ambassador Program. Okay?
Yep.
Lots of young talent, young engineers coming by, and we explain to them, the different technologies that we are proprietary to PDR, especially the focus infrared and the X-ray technologies, the algorithms, and the image processing. And it's been really lovely to see these young people, young men and women both, come by with bright-eyed and asking questions and really soaking up the technology in this industry. And that is particularly what we need. Yeah,
it's a super thing. It's a great thing to do as well. So I want to congratulate you for contributing to that program. It's very worthwhile. That said, I think I want to also thank you for coming in today, and we're going to look forward to next year when hopefully we're going to see some of these new projects coming out on the rework system.
Looking forward to it. Yes. Thank you for the time with you today.
Okay, thanks. Great. So coming up after the break, we're going to have our final guest of the day, and it's Miss Ogihara from SEICA in California.
Nordson Electronic Solutions. Everything you need for precision automated fluid dispensing, conformal coating, plasma surface treatment, and selective soldering. Our passion is helping customers take their processes further, faster, with best-in-class technologies, dedicated global sales and support teams, and unmatched applications expertise. From the names you respect, SMTAi fluid dispensing and conformal coating, March plasma treatment, and Select for selective soldering. We offer years of experience in advanced technology solutions for electronics manufacturing. Take your electronics assembly process further, faster.
And welcome back. My final guest today is Michelle Ogihara, and one of the stalwarts of the SMTAi. You're, of course, were a past board member, and we can tell by your illustrious card here how many different committees and things that you contribute to, which is quite phenomenal.
I think I just like to volunteer for everything and be a part of everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's certainly true.
Be part of the big party.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, your day job is working with a company called SEICA, of course, out in California. So what's new at SEICA Automation in California?
Well, we are now taking on the Yamaha robotic line, as well as the Kawasaki we have been doing, you know, with the collaborative robots, with our SEICA PCB router. And today, or this week at SMTAi, I had been giving a presentation, a technical presentation on a paper, a collaborative paper with Yoshito Kanayama of SEICA and Kathy Palumbo of Production Analysis and Learning Services. It was really, really a great experience because I had not done this in a while. But it was on low stress depanelization, the importance of observing and understanding the low stress levels on PCB assembly during the depanelization process.
Yeah, when you break out these panels, you can put a lot of stress into the laminate weaves and things like that. So it's important you get that right and reduce the stress. But that's really exciting that you're taking on the Yamaha franchise for robotics.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
that's
absolutely.
Big news. That absolutely is big news. Great. So, I mean, we're a couple of months away from Apex, of course. Any plans for anything there? Are you going to actually have demos or equipment there from the robotics side?
Oh, we absolutely will. And we always plan to bring in equipment because we feel that it is one of the premier shows for showing machinery in person.
Right.
People still like to touch and feel and play and see for themselves in person how the machine works.
Right.
So we still, feel that it's really important to be able to support our customers and present our equipment.
Okay. So just finally, as we're starting to wrap up the show, Michelle, I mean, it's been a great week, and as you know, the conference side has been very well supported this week. Any final thoughts or takeaways?
I think that this show has been busy, and we've probably had twice the attendees come visit our booth. So, of course, that makes us happy. And as usual, as you could see, I'm flitting here and there and seeing many friends and enjoying the conversations. And it's feeling, coming out of the pandemic, we've all experienced so many challenges, and so I think that the conversations are on a deeper level and a more empathetic level as well.
Yeah,
so we're very supportive in this industry, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
Yeah, and we're grateful for everything you do for it as well. So anyway, I want to thank you for coming in today. It's been a great show, and I'm sure we'll be able to catch up again at Apex.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So that's it for this week from Minneapolis, should I say. And we'll look forward to catching up with you early next year at Apex in San Diego. Till then, this is Trevor Galbraith saying thanks for watching.